Howdy, shipmates. My name is Nate Jones. Just negotiating. My now in terms of putting on paper what it is that I like to do immediately, like now. And I thought the best place to start would be an immediate income, a weekly income, as it relates to me and my thoughts, the way how I'm thinking. I factored in about 350 pounds a week. That's basically what I would like to see myself achieve. Personally, 350 pounds a week. Now, before you say to that, well, before you speak in terms of that amount, let me qualify what that amount means to me, Nate Jones. 350 pounds a week is what I want to have as a lifestyle amount. Meaning that it's the money that I have set aside for my living, whether it's my rent, whether it's my food, whether it's my overall lifestyle. And because 350 represents my lifestyle for a month, it is my understanding that I should at least be making that a week. So that's where I came up with the sum of 350 a week, because that's my lifestyle for the month as it stands now. Okay. But how does that work for me? What does that mean to me? £350 represents a monthly overhead, which I'm extracting weekly. How can I extract £350 a week and be legitimate and be frugal and still be business minded? £350 represents 1/4 of my take-home pay in terms of my business. So, in other words, $350 is only 25% of what I literally take home each week, which is enough to cover my monthly expenses. So in actuality, I'm bringing home $1,400 a month. I'm not saying I'm doing that now. That's the basic bottom line as to where I am. I want to be bringing home that $1,400 a week so that I can extract from it my lifestyle, which is $350 a week. If I'm bringing home $1,400 a week, I'm taking care of my tithes and offerings. I believe 35% should be put aside for my savings, and I believe 15% should be put aside for my investing purposes. And then that 25%, which is the 350, takes care of my lifestyle. Whereas in this case, my lifestyle is roughly around about $350 a month. How I'm able to do that, that's God's. That's how God worked it out for me from that perspective. But that's what I need to be able to do. So I need to be able to earn about $1,400 a month. And this is why a job for me is not going to work for me, because there's no possible way that I can make $1,400 a week with a job. Now, of course, there are some jobs that do pay roughly around $1,400 a month, but nothing that I qualify for in the sense of being able to work for somebody to ask them to pay me that amount. My talents can get me that, but not my skill set in terms of the job skill setting. So $1,400 a month is what I need to extract each week. I'm sorry, $1,400 a week is what I need to be able to extract from my business. But if you know anything about business, you know you just can't go out and just make money and just take out $1,400 and still be current with your responsibilities as far as the business is concerned, and which takes into consideration taxes and the laws of the land and so on and so forth. So if I'm going to take out $1,400 from my business account so that I can extract from it my lifestyle, which is $350, then I need to be at least doing $5,600 a week. Because if I do $5,600 a week, then I can extract from it 25%, which happens to be $1,400. And from that $1,400 that I take home, I can set aside $350 for my lifestyle. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Now, I know a lot of this may sound like mumbo jumbo, but I'm just basically not trying to explain to you from the standpoint of you understanding. I'm explaining to you from the standpoint of me being able to hear myself speak. So this is not for you to grasp. This is for me to grasp. In order for me to make $5,600 a week so that I can extract from it comfortably, $1,400. My business has to make about $8,000 a week. Because once I'm able to make $8,000 a week in the business plateau, I can extract from it 30% to take care of my taxes, which will leave me $5,600, which I can take out $1,400 comfortably for myself, for the time, for my effort, for the headaches, for the struggles that I'm literally going through now. I believe that I can take that and be all right with it. Now, I'm speaking from a limited business person in the sense that I'm not a guru. I haven't been to school to learn business, so I'm not speaking from an educational standpoint. I'm speaking from, an intuition aspect in terms of what I think business can do for me and what I'm desiring for this business to be able to do for me. I'm working so that at some point I can do this for myself. And that this is 25% of the effort that I put into this business. I believe that I'm worth that amount in my pocket. So if the business makes 8,000 pounds per week, once taxes, which is 30%, is removed, that leaves me with 5,600. And from that 5,600, I can extract from it 1,400. And that 1,400 is what I take home for myself. And of that money, 25% is put into my lifestyle, which is 350 pounds. Now that I have this worked out, now my question is, how do I now make 8,000 pounds a week? There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that my skills and my talents can make me 8,000 pounds a week easy. Now, when I say easy, let me be respectful. I'm not saying that the money is just going to jump in my pocket. I'm not saying that, I can just readily just go out and pick up 8,000 a week. No, I'm not saying that. No, what I'm simply saying is that I know that online there is a desire, need for what I have. I have knowledge. I have a way with words. I have ideas that are unique to me that if put in the right context, people will want to hear. And while I'm at it, let me thank the 15 subscribers that have subscribed to me. Now it's 15. I don't know who you are, but at some point, I would like to get to know who you are, because I would like to at some point give back, and I want to give back to the first 15 subscribers. Yeah. Because without you, yeah, my trying to do this would even be that much more difficult. But because I have you, yeah, it gives me that oomph that I need. And that's just a side note, but an important one. Now that I know the rough draft of where I am and where I need to be, it's much easier for me to make 8,000 pounds a week than for me to go out and get a job and make 350 a week and take tithes, offerings, and everything from that and try to live my lifestyle. That is much, much more difficult to me. I've been doing that for 2 years, and I'm where I am now because I did that for 2 years. I made the 350 a week. And somehow at the end of the year or the end of the month or the end of... my money was no more growing than if I didn't have a job. So I don't want to go back into that, whereas I can start off by saying I need to make 8,000 pounds a week and then accomplish that and see that grow and grow and see my percentage grow. Am I trying to be rich as such? No, because I'm already rich. I'm rich in the sense that my God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for me. Some people say, well, what profit do you gain if you gain the whole world and lose your soul? They're not talking to me because that doesn't make any sense to me. Now, before I get irreligious and some people claim that, I'm working as a devil's child and all that, no. Let me explain my father's language to you, because maybe you don't know my father's language like I do. When my father says to me, don't gain the whole world and lose your soul, what really he's saying to me is, Nate, if you lose your soul, you ain't going to have a world. If you're clinging to the world and you don't have a soul, what do you have? You have nothing. But if you are alive in me, the world belongs to you. If you are alive in God, you can't lose the world. The world is yours. The world is mine. And if the world is yours and the world is mine, how can you not be rich already? Just a deep thought from my perspective. In other words, I'm rich because the world is mine because it belongs to my Father. And my Father says it's mine because I am alive in him. Whereas without Jesus, you are already dead. So what world are you trying to gain without him? And I'm sorry, that's just a little extra, and I'm getting off the point. It is within my right to claim what it is I'm seeking to claim. 8,000 pounds a week, I'm now setting my sights there. And now comes the interesting part. Writing down sequentially what I need to do to earn at least 8,000 pounds a week. Why? So that I can give the government its 30%. So that I can extract my 25%. So that I can have my lifestyle, which is 350 pounds per month. Some people say, well, if you're making 8,000 pounds a week, why your lifestyle is only 350? That's because when I was working, I was making about 350 a week. My lifestyle was still 350 pounds a month. So what I literally did was I decided to go backward. Let me start off with 350 a week as my lifestyle money. And then I looked to my business and said, how much would I have to make a week in order for me to be comfortably earning or setting aside for myself 350 as a lifestyle? That's how I came to 8,000 pounds per week. Now that I know what I need to do, now that I know that it's possible to do, my name is Nick Jones. Welcome aboard. Let's get her.